Hi everyone! So we have completed our first unit of information. You just finished your exams last week. Again, for those of you who took the essay version of the exam, I will be grading those for you this week. So you should have your grade sometime early this week. My goal is to get all of those finished by Monday, depending on how many essays I have to grade. Tuesday at the latest, you should have your grade. And for those of you who took the traditional exam, your grade automatically generated. I also want to let you know that this week I will be sending out individualized grade reports. So the grade report is not much different than what you see on Blackboard, but I am sort of just giving you a little bit more information. So for example, if there are assignments that I've noticed that you've missed, or there are assignments maybe that you didn't get full credit on, in the grade report I might refer to that, and I might say, oh, you know, you appear to be missing points for this and this, you should try this or this. So again, the idea is just to give you kind of an up-to-date picture of what your grade is in the class at this point. And if there are things that I suggest you work on, that would be where you could find those as well. So I will be working on those grade reports this week, and my goal is to get them out to you again by the end of the week. So let's move on to our next group of topics. So as we sort of started with a little bit over the last few weeks, we began speaking of very specific problems related to things we're seeing in environmental science, right? So after we understood how the natural world worked, we started beginning to talk about very specific things that humans were doing to impact their environment. So starting with air pollution and then moving on to climate change. And now this week we're going to be talking about water. So water is one of those topics in which there are actually kind of two distinct things to talk about. So we are going to be talking about water pollution itself as a problem and types of pollution and where pollution comes from and things that we're working on to try to mitigate or clean up some of that pollution. But the other big topic that we discuss when we're thinking about water is access to water. So do we have enough water to drink? Do we have clean water to drink? Is there too much water? So we call these issues sort of related to, you know, water resources is kind of how I generally term all of this, because it's not just about the pollutants, it's also about having access to water itself in order to live healthy, productive lives. So part of our discussion will also focus on that in particular. So just as we have for the previous weeks, I have your readings, a lecture video, the notes, and the module quiz for this module. For lab this week, this is a surface water lab, and ideally for this particular lab, I had envisioned that you would all go out to a local body of water and do a little bit of a survey. So there are some what we call qualitative assessment checklist items. It's simply things that you're looking for, and based on what you see, you determine what you think the quality of the water is that you're looking for. With our very cold weather that we had in February, and even more than that, just the large snowpack, I don't know how feasible it will be to actually get out to a body of water. I will say that we have seen a lot of melt happening. We are dramatically decreasing our snowpack, and so it is possible that by the time that this lab is due, that you actually will be able to get out to and physically survey a pond or a stream or a lake that's nearby you. But if for some reason that still isn't a possibility and you can't do that, I've provided you with an alternative to that. And basically we're going to take advantage of technology and Google Earth to help us out. So again, I would prefer you physically go out and do this lab outside, but understanding that there are limitations to that in the spring, especially with access and snowpack, you are absolutely more than welcome to do the first part of your lab using Google Earth, and that's fine. So I have a video in here that goes through all of the instructions and those things that you'll need to do. Okay, so lab quiz, lab this week. In addition, of course, we have our usual assignments. Discussion this week, discussion being led by our discussion leaders. So once again, discussion leaders, please make sure that you are posting a link to your article no later than Thursday of this week, so that gives other people in your group time to respond. Please also remember that in addition to posting the article, you also need to create your own summary of it. Just a few sentences is fine. And then also your response to the article. So I picked this article because, or I thought this article was interesting because, and then fill in the blanks. Then you need to reply to another student. So there still seems to be some disconnect with these student-led discussions, not just with the discussion leaders, but with a lot of the students that for some reason we're only responding to the article, but we're not replying to each other. But that's part of discussion as well. It's not just about giving your own opinion about things. It's also about reflecting on and commenting on someone else's opinion of something, right? So please make sure that you're doing both parts in order to earn full credit. So if you only do one of the two posts, then you'll only get partial credit. So I just kind of wanted to point that out because that continues to be something I'm seeing through this student-led discussion, is that everyone's just kind of posting one time and we're not doing the second part, which is that reply, which I would like to see from everyone. And then the check-in survey is also available for this week. Last but not least, if you would like to earn some extra credit, so you just took the test, maybe you're feeling great about it, maybe you're feeling not so great about it, but maybe you just want to have a few extra points to boost your grade. Here's your first opportunity. I have posted a survey in this week's module folder, and what I want to know is later in the semester, we are going to be doing a virtual exchange learning module with a group called EDU Africa. And EDU Africa is a traditional student exchange type program where pre-pandemic students would go to Africa and they would learn about a variety of different things. In the context of this class, they would be learning about things like conservation and resource management and sustainability and those types of issues. We are trying to pilot a virtual exchange with them, so we're not physically going to go there, but we are trying to create content that we can use so we can learn about some of these issues in Kenya. And also we're planning to hold live discussion sessions where we actually all meet together and we have conversations with them about some of the real problems and solutions that they're trying to generate when it comes to sort of this conservation model that they have. In order to do that, what I need to know is I need to know how many people plan to be available for these live sessions. This is not required. We're not a synchronous class, so I can't make you be there for the live sessions, but if you can't attend the live sessions, I will ask you to watch the recorded sessions after we have recorded them. But what I'd like you to do is click on this quick survey and just say how likely it is that you're going to be able to attend these sessions. They're all on Wednesdays. They're all at 9 o'clock in the morning. I don't have any ability to adjust that schedule. This is what works for not just our partner EDU Africa, but there are actually other courses at Harper who are going to be part of this as well. So there are some folks in the English department who are taking some classes who are going to be part of this exchange, some geography people who are part of this exchange, and then there's another biology class that's also going to be part of this. So there's a sort of a big group of us, and we're trying to figure out exactly how many people will be able to attend these live sessions. So if you have a couple extra minutes and want to earn 5 extra credit points, just go ahead and take this survey for me. It doesn't lock you in. So for example, if you say you're really likely to attend, but something comes up and you can't, that's fine. Likewise, if you say, I probably can't attend, but then you find out, oh, I am available for that, I will be able to log on, that's okay too. Again, I'm just trying to get a picture of how many people might attend so I can share that with our partners at EDU Africa so they know how many staff members they're going to need in order to facilitate these discussions. So that's here. As soon as I see that you've completed it, I'll give you extra credit points for that. So I think that does it for this week. As always, if you have questions, let me know. I still plan on holding the lab drop-in help session Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. I will continue to do that. There will be a link here in the lab materials folder. So just click on the link anytime between 1 and 2 o'clock, and I'll be there to answer any questions you might have about the lab. So I think that wraps it up, and we'll see everyone next time.